All right, so we're going second, and ideally when we are going second with the Skarmory only deck, you want to start with the baby Skarmory, right? Because once your Skarmory in the front dies, they get +1, and then you can go to your other basic Skarmory, they get their +2, and then they can get their third point from Skarmory EX, and it'll be your final boss, right? We only have one Jasmine in the deck, and we don't even have any Adamans in here. We do have Steel Apron for a little bit of survivability, which is what we're hoping for. And we have red card and silver for hand disruption. Of course, getting double Skarmory to prevent a Sabrina against you is always great. And we're just going to thin our entire hand and put everything on just so we're ready. Ideally, putting the Rocky helmets on the front Skarmory would have been ideal. I feel like the Steel Apron for the Skarmory EX in the back would have been a lot better, in my opinion, because it already has an ability that takes -20. But this is like the perfect turn 1 start, right? Except it should be Rocky helmets and then one Steel Apron for the Skarmory EX. This is like an ideal start. So I think they're running the new Umbreon EX. But unfortunately for them, we did get second energy advantage. So we do have a lot of early turn aggression. Umbreon EX. I wonder who their other evolution is going to be. You think they're running like Umbreon EX and just Umbreon? Like a quad Umbreon deck? I'm going to be honest, I forgot what Umbreon even does. Like the basic Umbreon. Alright, let's keep attacking. Now, we did put double Leaf in this deck and a Lyra in the deck. Just because if you start with Skarmory, that's kind of like the worst thing possible. You do not want to have Skarmory EX be the first one to die. You want to make sure it's your basic Skarmories first, so you can actually force the opponent to kill 3 of your Pokemon versus just 2, killing your Skarmory EX and then just a basic Skarmory, right? So I did up the retreat Pokemon trainers, which is Leaf and Lyra. We have 3 of them in the deck combined. I could theoretically kick one of them out for another like Adamant or a Jasmine for more survivability, but this right now is what we got. So this is what we'll take. Let's go ahead and set my Skarmory up. Swing in for 50 here. Adamant would have been good here in this situation. We would have lived against an Umbreon, especially because we're at 80 HP. So this is starting to make me rethink if we do want to put Adamant in the deck or not. I mean, all we got to do is kill one more EX Pokemon, though. Oh, wait, never mind. We do live because we have Steel Apron. I forgot. I'm not even kidding. I legitimately forgot. Now, I don't want them to actually be able to Darkrai energy. Oh, wait, it doesn't matter. They have the ability. They have the ability, chat. I guess we'll be able to let them show it off, though, right? They can Umbreon ability, bring my Skarmory in, Darkrai, kill it, and then still be able to Umbreon attack. But I still live with Skarmory because I'm at Steel Apron. Steel Apron, man! Maybe we don't need Adamant in the deck. Maybe Steel Apron on Skarmory is enough. I legitimately forgot. Yeah, we're going to play some Umbreon as well. Umbreon with Darkrai and Greninja seems like a solid combo. My opinion. No Cyrus in the deck needed. Just Pokemon that can attack other Pokemon. And then you just build energy on Umbreon in the front. So we put Skarmory in here because we want to force them to actually kill 2 of our Pokemon, or all 3 of our Pokemon rather. Yeah, even if I didn't swap to the other Skarmory EX, this is basically GG. We just attack and we win. Honestly, not bad. Right? Skarmory EX with Skarmory could very well be a strong deck. I don't know if this is the best deck list, but it's definitely getting somewhere, right? All right, so we are going second here. We do have energy advantage against an Arceus and a Giratina. They're probably playing the new Crobat EX, maybe. Who knows? We'll see. Now, starting with Skarmory EX is kind of the worst thing, but we do have Double Leaf and a Lyra in the deck. So Double Leaf and Lyra should help, but we do need to find a Skarmory, which we did not find, unfortunately. So I will just go ahead and do this. I will Steel Apron because I want to save the Rocky Helmets for the other Skarmories. There's nothing we can do. I could technically Silver and take a Trainer out of their hand. I don't know what that would do for me, but we can try it out and just get a chance to see. Ooh, why were they holding on to Professor's Research? I guess they didn't want me to red card them, but goodbye. Take out their Professor's Research, put it back at the bottom of their deck, or not at the bottom, but randomized, right? And now they don't get a chance to Professors. I do notice some people do that. Some people hold on to their Professors because they know, dang, if I Professors on my first turn, the opponent's gonna red card me. You know, they'd rather wait. And lo and behold, I had a red card, so they were technically not wrong. All right, let's go ahead and attack 70. We get to kill Arceus next turn, assuming it has no healing. Or it's gonna need to retreat with a leaf. Ideally, ooh. If they put Dark Energy on Guarantee, dang. That's bad. Ooh, that's even worse. We're gonna need to find a Jasmine in the deck, or our Skarmory, our base Skarmory. We got 2 Pokeballs in the deck, mind you. We've got 2 Pokeballs in the deck. Come on, game. Base Skarmory. This is a 66% chance it's a base Skarmory. Nice. Now we can go ahead and do this. Rocky Helm. Let's leaf out. Let's hope they don't have a Cyrus either. Retreat. Skarmory. And then swing in. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. I could have attacked with Skarmory. We'll take -20, which is technically -30. So Giratina is only going to be able to do 100 damage, and they can't even use Darkrai to do the final 20. So we still could have lived with Skarmory, but I do want to try and play it safe here. You know what I mean? And I think playing it safe worked out, because they're going down to 60 HP. And Skarmory gets to clean up. And they don't even get a chance to attack yet with Darkrai. So we're in the clear for the time being. It's surprising that they put Rescue Scarf on, though. Because they're not going to be able to attack ever again with Giratina. They're basically done, right? Pokeball is the other Skarmory EX. I guess we can build the other Skarmory EX. And then we'll just Steel Wing. Hit him for 70, get our +2. All they need to do is kill one more EX. So this is kind of troublesome. I could lose all my energy on Skarmory in the front and go to the other Skarmory and attack. And even if they do try to Cyrus, we still live on this Skarmory. So we'll live as Cyrus, and we can 2-shot the Darkrai. So I think that's going to be the better. Oh, snap. I thought it was Crobat EX they evolved into. It's Crobat with Arceus. Wait, this is bad. If that one card in hand is a Cyrus, they win. Lyra coming in just in time. Switch your active Pokemon that has damage. It's one of my benched Pokemon. So I can keep the energy on it, just in case I want it. Not like it actually matters, keeping the energy on it. Because even if they do, like I said, Cyrus, they win the game here. So that one single card, let's see if they have the one win condition they need. It's a Guzma. I'll still take a Guzma, because that means they can't heal with any Poke Center ladies. Or they can't leaf out, so they have to lose all energy on Darkrai. $30 damage. Jasmine coming in just in time as well. Do I live? Let me think. If I attack here, I'm taking minus 20. He's doing 80 damage to me. Technically, I still live. But I'm gonna Jasmine anyways. And then we attack. We're gonna Jasmine anyways and attack. He still could win this. His play is going into the guarantee. Never mind. I think maybe he has another Ilima, I think. So he's gonna try and build up that Giratina. Oh, never mind. He's going full blown on abilities and not attack. Because now if he has a Cyrus, he can kill my Crobat. Actually, if he has an Ilima, he still wins. If he has a Cyrus, he wins. If he has a Ilima, he wins. I could red card him, but putting him from 2 cards to 3 cards definitely doesn't seem like the play. I'm gonna attack and hope he doesn't have it in hand, because if I try and put him from 2 to 3, that seems kind of bad. He most likely has it. He went in with Arceus with confidence, but he's already used 1 Ilima. So the odds of him having a second Ilima. Yes, let's go! He does not have the second Ilima, and he can't use Cyrus. He can't use Leaf. He would have to double X speed to get off of Arceus, or put a potion or a giant cape on Arceus, or he is dead this turn. He's only able to do 50 damage with Crobat and Darkrai Nightmare Aura. And if he tries to put a Rocky Helmet on, I can swap to the other Skarmory and then swing in. Yeah, it's over for him. That was a close game. That was dangerously close, man. And they're not even using any new cards. They're just using Crobat, Darkrai, Arceus. All right, we're going second against Cosmog. Solgaleo. Going second is always good, but I'm hoping we can find a Rocky Helm over the Steel Apron. The new expansion so far is looking okay, I want to say. They're running Solgaleo. So when I was making the Solgaleo deck, or the Skarmory deck that you're seeing right now, Skarmory EX, there was a thought that crossed my mind of, hey, maybe we should run Skarmory EX and Solgaleo. That seems great, right? The problem was, if I did do that, for example, all it takes is the opponent running an Oricorio and then you're dead. And then after that thought crossed my mind, I'm like, yeah, it doesn't seem that great. Running Skarmory EX with Solgaleo EX. 1 Oricorio, you're just chalked. It's done. Pack your bags. And there's a lot of Oricorios that run around in ranked mode. So I figured basic Skarmory would be better. Going full EX deck doesn't ever seem to be the play, you know? I will put the Steel Apron on this one. And I'll go ahead and just red card, because I can take them from 4 cards to 3 cards. Always worth to do that. And we go ahead and attack. The good thing is Skarmory EX is doing 70 damage on their turn. They can't one-shot us because we have Steel Apron up here with our Skarmory. So unless they Guzma, then we get to live an attack and still attack them back. Sabrina. Wait, did Sabrina automatically just put my Pokemon in? I didn't even have the option to choose it or not. That might be a new update, where if you only have one other Pokemon on the bench, it acts like Cyrus, and it forces that one single Pokemon back into the game. Or maybe it's always been like that, actually. I don't know. I'm trying to remember if I only had one Pokemon on the bench and the Sabrina, I have to pick that one Pokemon still. Which didn't really make sense to me, because it's literally, I don't have any options, right? But I think that's how it was before. And maybe they updated it because a lot of people tried to stall. You know how a lot of people are like upset that you Sabrina and they're like, dang, you know? And then they just stall the timer for like 15 seconds. And then they swap and then they concede or something. So I think this is definitely new. They were using silver and they're trying to find out Cyrus or Leaf. I would get rid of the Cyrus. Yeah, good call. Cyrus can bring back their Skarmory here. They got full art silver. I'm jealous. All right. So good news is we took 0 damage. And better news is we got the other Skarmory with Leaf. And this is definitely going to be the better play. So now they have to, because they've already used a Sabrina. They have no other Pokemon trainers in hand. If they attack with Solgaleo, they go down to 150, I think. I think I'm still dead. Yeah, there's nothing. No, we're dead. I'm trying to find out how we possibly win, but I don't think we win. The math isn't mathing. You know what I mean? Oh, never mind. We can win off of this because I get Skarmory EX and they can't one-shot me with Solgaleo. So we need them to not have a Cyrus. That's 1. And we need us to find our Cyrus. That's 2. Other than that, we don't win. Because they're going to attack here. They go up +2 and they go down to 90. I attack them back. They go down to 20. Actually, no, we can win this. I think. No, we need Cyrus. Never mind. We need Cyrus. This is not going to work. Because they can always swap back to their Solgaleo. So I'm hoping that they don't have Leaf in hand. I attack with Skarmory. We do 70. They go down to 20. They obviously don't attack back unless they have a Cyrus this turn. Oh, we got Cyrus. Nice. So now we just attack. Hit Solgaleo for 70. Solgaleo can't one-shot without them using red. Wait, no. Even with red, it doesn't matter. I take -20. And then we have to hope they don't have... Oh, Jasmine's okay. And then we can just Cyrus the Solgaleo. All right, another one. We'll take it, man. This was basically whoever finds their Cyrus first wins. Assuming that they were running Cyrus in their deck, right? All right, Cyrus, bring back the Solgaleo. I think we still would have been fine if you want to do the math. I attack their Skarmory. Solgaleo can't swing back in because it has no energy. Skarmory is at 70 HP, and their Skarmory in the front can't one-shot me, so they'd be forced to go to their other Skarmory that had 80 health. They weren't really in a good spot because they'd have to keep retreating and losing energy and stuff like that, but yeah. All right, we're going second. We got Skarmory in the front. And Nihilego in the back. So Barb is going to go in the front Pokemon for sure, right, on Eevee. I feel like they're running Darkrai, Nihilego. Wait. They're running Arceus, right? Surely? Are they running Crobat EX? They might be running Crobat. I think it's Crobat EX. Well, who is this? Sylveon in the front? I'm going to Rocky home. And I'm going to red card. Take him down from 4 to 3. I think they might be running Sylveon, Crobat EX, Nihilego. Because Crobat EX and Nihilego is a very good combo. Because Crobat EX does 70 damage and poisons the enemy. So Nihilego inflicting even more stacks on that is good. But I don't know if they'd be running Umbreon with Crobat EX. That seems like too much, no? Barb. So unfortunately, if we attack here, I think Crobat EX only needs 1 energy too to attack, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong though. I'm hoping I'm wrong. Let's go ahead and Steel Apron. And we get perfect Guzma. Not that it matters because we're at 80 HP. And if Crobat EX does 70 damage and can inflict poison on us, that's 80 damage we're taking. And if Crobat EX only needs 1 energy, we're kind of cooked. Now, I'm not sure. I don't remember if Crobat EX is 1 energy or 2. So we're going to find out if they rare candy. I think it might be 2 energy. Honestly, might be. All right, Zubat goes down to Skarmory, which is a good sign. Ooh, I get a free swap if I wanted to. No reason right now. I know we could cleanse the poison if I wanted to, but let's just wait. Skarmory still has some fight left in him. And I want to see if they evolve into the Crobat. Yeah. So I figured they were running Sylveon and not Umbreon, because Umbreon EX wouldn't make sense in a Crobat EX deck. Let's just find out if they actually got what they needed, though. They did not. All right. Unlucky for them. Lucky for us. This deck's crazy so far. All right. So this is the Skarmory EX deck that we ended up making. It's just a quad Skarmory deck. So 2 base Skarmorys, 2 EXs, 4 Pokemon tools. Ideally, Rocky Helmets on the base Skarmorys would be good. So you can combo Steel Apron with Skarmory EX, since Skarmory EX reduces 20 damage taken anyways. So that's technically 30 damage total with just Steel Apron and attacking. We also threw in a Jasmine as well, which is another minus 50 damage taken. So that 30 damage, less damage you're taking, goes to 80 less damage you're taking, which is very cool with Jasmine. We got Double Leaf and Lyra, mainly because if we do start with Skarmory EX, you really do not want to actually be on Skarmory EX and let them kill your Skarmory EX. They go up +2, and then they just have to kill one of your other Pokemon, and then they win. They only have to kill 2 Pokemon, and they win the game. You want to make sure you're on Skarmories to make them kill 1, 2, and then your final 3rd Pokemon. So we have Double Leaf to retreat off of Skarmory EX if we start with them, and a Lyra if we want to swap from the Skarmory EX either. But you could also swap out 1 Leaf for a 2nd Lyra, because Lyra can also be very good to use on I guess any. Actually, no, that's fine. I think Double Leaf is fine. They're all just a 2 retreat cost or less anyway, so I think Leaf is fine. It does the same thing, right? So Double Leaf and then 1 Lyra. We have 1 silver for hand disruption and a red card for even more hand disruption, double Pokeball, double research, 1 Cyrus to bring him back, because we're not really doing a whole lot of damage anyways. It's just 50 damage and then 70 damage, so there's going to be a lot of weaker Pokemon that run away. Cyrus to help secure the kill. Definitely good. Then a Guzma with all the new Pokemon tools obviously being added in every single new expansion. I think Guzma is always a good card to throw in. And that is the Skarmory EX deck. There was another variation that I wanted to try and do Skarmory EX with Solgaleo EX only, but I found out that if you run up against like an Oricorio, you're technically dead, right? You're just going to die against an Oricorio. But this deck was a little bit of fun. Of course, it's day 1. There's going to be better decks you could play with Skarmory EX. This is just the first deck that I ended up making. I had a lot of fun with. Got some good wins. And yeah, we'll probably have different iterations of Skarmory EX in the near future.